So if you're a woman, you might downplay your strengths and you might ask for less, and that's not fair.
Welcome to the podcast, Keeping It Real, the purpose-driven life with Laura and Lynn.
Tune in for candid conversations, practical tips, inspiring stories, and actionable advice on navigating life and business.
Today's episode is balancing purpose and profit in your business. Yes, purpose and profit. And this is a deep subject because it comes up probably at least once a month in your business. And the idea is what exactly you're going to lean towards, because some things may be purposeful, but some things may be more money driven. We'll just call it like it is, money driven. So you have to establish what kind of business that you want to be, meaning that your quality of work is going to be maybe a little higher and maybe not make as much profit because you want a little more quality work that you're putting out. And so what do you want to do? So that comes up, and you think it wouldn't come up as much when you start out. This is what I want to do in my business. And then as you get down the road, what you realize is that, you're constantly having to make that decision on who it is that you want to be in the business world. So do I want to be making sure that the product that I put out is serving the purpose that I wanted for my business? Or am I putting out a product that is more based on money, either one, for not putting enough, a great enough product in the market, or for two, are we too worried about making money on the product more than we are on our purpose? So that's what the balancing act is always about, because you can always go, and that sometimes it's a little too far to the left. I mean, sometimes it's like you've got the greatest product in the world, and yet you're not out in the market. So you want to make sure that you're doing both. You're balancing the act between your purpose and between your profit, because at the end of the day, if you make no profit, you have no business. So you want to make sure that they're jiving together.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yes, because we sell ourselves short sometimes. We may not ask for enough profit because we don't believe in ourselves enough. And so I have an example to share where I was talking with the CEO, and she said, you need to raise your rate. You're not asking for enough. And she was really adamant about that. And so, obviously, no offense to any men that are listening to this, but that tends to come up in particular with other female entrepreneurs. So if you're a woman, you might downplay your strengths and you might ask for less in your consulting business, so to speak. And that's not fair. Like, we have to stand up for what our value, for what we're worth. And so I think we have sometimes we struggle with that, just based upon stereotypes and, unfortunately, microaggressions that may have occurred at some point during our career. And so I really want to make sure that we're balancing that. Obviously, I can't ask for too much. That's too far out there. But at the same time, if I'm, bidding on a consulting project, I want to make sure that I'm bidding based upon the value I'm bringing to the project.
Oh, for sure. Because at the end of the day, and remember, it's all relative, because what defines the price is, one, the market, but also what defines the price is also you, whether or not you think you have something of value. And one of the things in particular, because we're two females sitting here talking about business and talking about how to perform in business and get paid what you're worth. And I can tell you right now, you're worth something in business. We have a lot to bring to the table in business. The way that women think, the way that they process, we have things to bring to the business. I'm not saying that men don't. Men absolutely don't. They have a long history. So it's easy for them to look at their history and say, I have something to bring to the business. But for us, we need to take a look at what our qualifications are, what our skills are, what we're good at, and honestly take a look at them, because we have a lot of great skills. We're coming up in the world, and the reason we're coming up is because we have a lot to offer, and we want to get paid for our time. You absolutely want to be paid for your time. And so when we're balancing the purpose and the profit, we just want to make sure that, one, you have a business that you're purpose driven for, but understand that if you have a purpose driven business, you also need to make money in that business. That's what part of the business is that if you aren't getting paid for the business, and that's why you do a business plan, is you want to make sure that the business is going to support your passion. Because if you're doing something that you love to do and you're not getting paid enough money, it's a hobby. Okay. And you need another show. This show is about doing your passion and making money off of it. That's what it is. It's putting the two together. And it's the idea is balancing the passion with the profit, because when you put the two together, it's a beautiful thing. And that's what you want. You want the balance, and you want to be saying to yourself every day, I'm proud of myself, I'm proud of the work I'm doing, and I'm getting paid for it. At the end of the day, that's what you want to do. And when you bring those things together, it's just perfect. Sweet nectar.
Yeah, and so that's where I think having like, for example, our community sessions, our conversations are really about supporting each and every individual in that passion, in that, making sure they feel valued and supported, and that they understand the value that they're bringing with their product. And their product might be a service, or it could be an actual, artifact. So, businesses look different, but I think at the end of the day, it's making sure someone feels like they have something to give, that they have a talent or an asset, a skill set that is of value. And so we're going to make sure that you feel that.
Feel that, and that once you get started, that you are starting a business, that you know that you can make some profit in the business. And I'll give you an example of that. One of the businesses that I was involved in starting, when we did the numbers at the beginning of the business, we realized that there wasn't enough profit in the business at the time. So we were actually having to wait for the business to pick up before we actually got involved. And their numbers told us that. So that's important to know, is that we're going to give you all the information that you need to make a sound decision on how to go forward, because you want that. And that's exactly what this community is about. They're supporting you all the way around and what it is you decide to do in your life. So as for today, we appreciate you showing up. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.